So my topic is called Augmented Intuition, How I Didn't Learn How to Drive. It's all based on that I hate learning, but I love studying. I really love the studying phase, but I hate the learning phase. What's the difference? The studying is like how to do things, and the learning phase is like actually practicing it, experiencing it, and actually becoming the master of doing something. And when I was a little kid, I was forced to learn how to play violin. So, learn to play violin is actually, you have some theory, you know how to you press things, you know about tones, but you actually have to press the thing, press the note that many times, millions of times that your experiential part of your cognitive system actually realizes, oh, this is the right note, I know what to play. So you play, but you don't know the note you're gonna play. You just press it faster than you actually think about what you're gonna play. But I really hated that. I really liked the theory of like being able to play violin, but really hate that. But I was a little kid, so I was tortured to do that. The problem is I never learned how to drive, because when I was older, I came to that like, I know how to drive, I know the theory, there's like all the things I can press, there's the method how to learn it, but actually driving doesn't mean like you think about all the time, oh, I will turn this and this, the speed of the car will go like this, that's just too much thinking. No, you just learn how to drive intuitively, so you know, you move on the road, you can talk with other people, and then you basically intuitively drive. So I never learned that because, you know, I'm a little more like the theory, so I could be an athlete, but it's just kind of boring, you know. I know the solution is there, but it's just so much repetition to get to mastering the solution. I don't really like that. So,
can you fly that thing?
Not yet.
Operator.
Tank, I need a pilot program for B-212 helicopter. Hurry.
Let's go.
You know, that's like, I want to do that. I don't want to repeat that violin practice all the time. I just want to upload like, hey operator, can you upload like classic violin, you know, romanticism? Hurry. No, I just like, wait, you know, like that's, I like this. I want to be able to somehow just learn things intuitively without the stupid practice, you know, like without all the hours sitting in the helicopter driving school, you know, like the driving instructors having like sexist comments on your like latex trousers all the time, you know. It's probably boring, so fuck the driving school, I want to upload it. I want augmented intuition. But so the fun part is like, when I say like, okay, let's assume that this exists, okay? This is where my talk is starting. So let's assume this. What do you do if you could learn anything? Like, what if this is possible? What would you learn? What would be the skill or the thing? Tell me, scream something. Czech language. Oh yeah, Czech language, or at least a Czech accent in English. But you know, okay, Czech language, that's great because that's intuitive. It is intuitive intelligence, you know. When I speak English, I don't think about it, I don't translate in my head, I just speak it. What else? What would you learn? Just Programming in general. Okay. What else? Drums. Instruments. Amazing. What else? The last one.
Dentistry.
What? Dentistry. Like he wants to be an intuitive dentist. That's very like, pragmatic. In this world of smiles. So what would you do if you could learn anything? So me, I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know. Like what would you, if you think about it too long? Like what would you learn if you could do anything? Why would you learn it? If everybody can learn it, I want to be unique. So we are like, if we ask this question, what to do, how to do things when we can learn anything. So what humans like to learn? They want to know how to do things and what they can learn versus some kind of thing. What's the thing we already know how to do? So I was thinking about it, so I went like, what we want to know how to do. That's like kind of this how to. This is anonymous Google, it's like not my search preference. This is like how to, kids get pregnant, tie a tie, third place. How to have sex, 4th place. Great. So, there's this WikiHow project where there are manuals, tutorials, how to do things. This is basically the knowledge. This is the manual that Trinity is uploading the Matrix. So it's like, how to become happy again. Again. How to help someone with low self-esteem. How to remove tomato sauce from fabrics. That's all information, you know, you can just go there. But the problem is, you read the manual, but it's like you have to code all the information to language, to pictures, then you go back from language to pictures, and then you have to follow the steps. You know, like the program. But you want to do it intuitively, you don't want to drive like, turn left, to left. Like play C note, play F note, play C note, play F note, play C note. There's two, you know, you have to be intuitive. But this is like what we want to do. If you put how to in YouTube, you get like about 203 million, it's million results. 203 million results. How to have sex in the car. How to make a frozen princess cake. How to make balloon chocolate balls. How to trick people into thinking you're good looking. How to get girls to kiss you. So, amazing part is we are so far in this how to culture that we have this amazing how to basic channel. Who knows it's fun, 5 million subscribers. How to basic channel is a channel that kind of tricks you on the how-to thing, you know, like you want to know something, how to do something, how to cool down a computer, how to install Internet Explorer. I will show you an example. If you click on this link, how to make pizza, it's 4 million page views 3 years ago. It was the first encounter for me. So it looks like this, and you click on it, how to make pizza. So this is how to make pizza. So it's like a troll channel to trick people, to trick their like expectations, like in how to things. This is a pretty famous channel. It's like this kind of a postmodern internet thing. So this is how do we want to know how to do things? Yeah, how to make pizza. So we know how to store knowledge, and we will make fun of how to store the knowledge. But knowing how is not knowing, which in Czech doesn't sound that much fun. But knowing how is not knowing, so we actually have to learn the things through the process of experiential learning, not just know the recipe how to do it. So here comes the intuition part. Like I was thinking about, because this is all my like intuitive process of how to actually really find out how to start driving without actually learning how to drive. So the intuition part is like from the classic Seymour-Epstein theory of cognitive experiential self-theory, is a capability of making associations and affective judgments outside of awareness. I'll kind of stop a little bit with the definition because it's kind of important. So it's a capability, so it enables me to do things, of making associations and affective judgments. So it's judgments based on emotions and feelings, not about thinking, should I play the note C, should I take a right turn, but it just feels right because the car is going that speed, I don't even think about it, I just know that I feel fit there. It's affective judgments outside of awareness, so I'm not aware that I'm doing the judgment. I just know that I'm going the right speed. So this is important. So I was thinking like intuition. Okay, how can we make this? How can we kind of augment ourselves doing this? So I want to have an intuitive knowledge and sense of anything without the need to learn it by experience. Getting the easy way. The hard way is actually just practice. But then I want to the easy way. So the classic basic between rational and spiritual system, there are two systems, how we learn and how we think, and how we use like our minds and cognitions. And the rational, there's a lot of science about it, it's kind of boring and self-evident. But the experiential system, there's a lot of new research about it. It's like, it's the system which doesn't know, it doesn't know about itself. Like my learning on subconscious, how to drive, doesn't know what the car is, doesn't know what like the steering wheel is, but it knows when to turn. It feels right. So it's holistic and automatic, and I get like emotions instead of information. And it is very resistant to change. So I kind of, what we learn in subconscious will be download to subconscious. So subconscious in our childhood, it's really hard to change. And it's pre-conscious, so like before I even think about it. So I want to experiential system, I want to exploit it, I want to like augment it, I want to upgrade it. So it goes like this. There's some event, triggers the event, like something happens, there's some input, and I start searching the memory. If there's a resemblance of the same situation in my memory banks with positive feelings, I want to think and act to reproduce the feeling. Or if there's negative feelings, I want to avoid that feeling. So for example, playing music instruments, I know when I move the muscle a little bit like this, it will probably produce like a flat tone, so I don't want to press it, it feels wrong, so I will press it the right way. Or maybe I feel the harmony, I know the harmony will be right, but I don't know how. Yeah, it's because I've heard it millions of times, and it produces positive feelings before I even start like cognition. So augmented intuition, and then when I started like doing a little bit of like science fiction. Like so augmented intuition and some cloud platform where I can actually augment my intuition. So it's a cloud-based bank of experiences of this memory with an API which we can call an experiential cycle of our cognition, and we can download the experiential memory or we can upload and contribute. So I learned how to play the violin and I can upload it to the cloud so other people can download my experiences how to play violin and they can download like intuitive violin playing. Amazing. So, I don't want to go a little bit to the science, it's science fiction, so I don't want to even go that far. But it's like, here, when the event happens, when I search my memory, I can also search like the cloud API, and it's connected to the memory of everybody who is contributing to that cloud. So I can have experiences of all of you, of all the drivers, and I can download. Why don't we pick like the best drivers? Why don't pick like Formula 1 drivers or truck drivers? Why do I have to learn it's stupid myself in Skoda cars which don't really work? So actually that's just this is like the extension. There's where this comes in the like instant cycle. This happens in nanoseconds in the brain. So how do we access this? Like imagine that we have this technology. It's like the Matrix, but they have the stupid like 3.5 jack connectors. It's not really current technology. So how do you access that? So there's probably some agents of that. There's some skillers, some people who actually have to learn something, and so they can create the experiences we others can use. There's some students, which is those people who download the experience or kind of using the experience, and they may be enriching it and uploading a different version of it. There's some curators who actually have to choose like which experience is the best. This is like a violin player from that, but you know this violin player is different, you know, like, and there's millions of violin players, so which one would you choose? And there's some administrators probably, which I call also the policymakers and other people who are kind of the watching over the system, the policy making. Then you probably have some marketplaces. Where do you kind of download? Where do you get these new experiences? You know, there'll probably be some kind of know-how store on Apple and some kind of Google How store or something where you can download. Maybe it's for profit. Maybe it's for profit experiences. You know, like all these self-help books. You know, it's in Czech. I don't know why I have to check search, but it's like how to restart, how to turn everything in your like success, and how to be assertive, and how to make things that actually you enjoy. You can just download it to your experiential memory banks, so you intuitively know, like you've been doing it for years, forever. Or maybe it's like an open source system, where it's like a weak intuition free experience bank, where like there's millions of contributors, and everybody's trying to work on this open source project of like, let's build a great experience bank for the humankind. Let's build something like the encyclopedia, which is for the knowledge, and then build like weak intuition for like the experiences. Or maybe it's like there's like even a second-hand auction house, like an experiences like I will exchange 10 years of classical violin for an adaptive pitch for 500 iterations on anal sex on a male point of view, or like basic empathy package for building real friends, or Baltimore survival package. I don't know. So maybe there's like Craigslist intuitions page. But so I was thinking, okay, imagine if all this is possible. We already have the economics of the system, you know? So we can, like, we are connected to the cloud, we have some kind of a device. The interface is magical, obviously, because we still don't know how, but you know, we can somehow connect to it. What then I was really started thinking like, what will be the problems? What will be the problems? Am I going too crazy? What will be the problems of this kind of augmented intuition? Sorry, just have to drink a little bit of water for change. So, what could possibly go wrong? So, the communication becomes highly mediated and augmented as we all use media and augment our own experience. We also augment our intuition, so we kind of we want to bring some layer of more information between ourselves, so we can feel each other better, so we don't have to guess our personalities. So, like, we want to augment our communication emotionally. This is the smiley face. You know the smiley face? It's 33 years old. First in digital. It's from the 19th century, but in the digital world, it's 30 years old, and it's gonna die soon, because putting smiley faces, no, that's obsolete. We can just add raw emotion to that stuff. I know exactly what you mean. This phrase totally changes in the system. This is not like a totally. I know exactly what you know. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly, because there's this software called Crystal Knows, which is a predictive personality rating system, which can. Don't laugh. This is actually software. So, like, it based on all your data you have on the web and LinkedIn and Facebook and all your searchable data, it kind of predicts your personality. So, Jennifer, you can correct me if it's wrong, if there's something wrong with it.
I think it's really accurate.
Yeah. So it's like this actually suggests you when speaking to Jennifer, take a time to earn trust before making your point. Trying to do for the last 15 minutes. Speak with calm and steady tone and expect to lead conversations and project politeness and respect. Sorry for the F-bomb. When emailing Jennifer, and so on and so on. It also suggests you to, like, when working with Jennifer, offer gentle and objective criticism or give her time to adapt to sudden change. And when selling to Jennifer, and this is just like a little bit of, this is just the demo version. But when you work with Crystal Knows, because the aim of the app is not this. The aim of the app, by the way, is to augment our communication. The aim of the app is to help ourselves communicate with each other without some kind of interference. So actually, it does personal adaptation. You let it go as a plugin to your email, and it downloads the Mark's personality, and it will tell you how to communicate with the person. So if you say like, hey, blah, 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 what do you say? And he says like, improve this email. Simply saying Mark as greeting will get Mark's attention more than hi, Mark. Instead of, it would be great if you just say can you or can we? So based on Mark's personality, the crystal tells you how to communicate with Mark. So Mark is more able to be friendly to. Imagine we have this with intuition, we have this with knowledge. So the other problem, everyone is contributing. Everyone is contributing. Everyone can sell their intuitions. So, like, imagine it would be like Google Traffic. Like when you use Google Maps or Android, you send if you don't opt out, you sell anonymous statistics where your iPhone is going, and Google can actually make maps of traffic over the time, so it can help you escape the congestions, avoid it. But actually, it builds quite a lot of data about you. Or like, imagine the neural networks, which are like in the cars, which you like the new Tesla cars and other cars and algorithms the self-driving cars. So it's like you put software in cars which learns from the situations, how to adapt to new situations. Imagine what we all say about ourselves, like the Periscope app, where you become your own media house. So if you're a celebrity or not, you can actually make your own TV and everybody can watch it real time. Or like the life logging movement, where like people log everything about their lives all the time, so they keep some kind of a journal. Or like the quantified self movement, which is actually putting this all in like crunchable data and comparable data, where people can interchangeably like compare the data and stuff. It records your like heart rate and like this is like a Nike thing, fuel band because it's for your health, and this is like how many steps you walked, and this is like live camera which records everything you see. So imagine doing this quantified self in like the intuitive realm, in the augmented intuition thing. Just think about it for 5 seconds, This is already happening. Then you have the collective ambitions and vibes problem. Because remember, it's not just information you share, it's the information is what we do now. You know, you have Wikipedia, you have like quantified self, blah, blah, but you have to all go to the information, read the information, interpret the information, and get it back, and have the emotions. Such a stupid way. You have collective emotions and vibes, so you feel the thing, you feel the internet, you feel the cloud, you get affects and emotions just right from that, before you even start thinking about it. So, imagine like Yelp, you know, the collective rating systems. Like you go to Brno, you don't know where to eat. You know, okay, so you just, you don't want to bar, you know, like this bar is going, this, I don't know, maybe go into, maybe not. But it's like 4 stars out of 5, and there's like reviews, blah, blah, blah. You rely on collective rating, which you trust some kind of system, and that there's a lot of people, and so many people can be wrong. Imagine that doing like by intuition. So this is Place Pulse. Do you know this app? It's like an MIT project where it always shows you like 2 Google Street View shots, and it asks you like which place looks safer. So it's actually working with your emotions, and you click this is safer or this is safer, and it collects statistically the relevant number of clicks, and then it stores the data of your emotions. So you're not talking about information, we're really recording people's emotions and feelings. So it actually can have collective intuitive feelings, so you can project like how people feel safe in various kinds of cities. Prague is here, by the way. And then the project Street Score puts this data, these values on a map. So you look at like Manhattan, Brooklyn, and you can see like what kind of, where people feel safe and where they don't feel safe. But you can go on Manhattan, you can go Brooklyn and say like, oh, this thing says it's not, people don't feel safe. That's the old way. But now you just walk and you feel it's not safe. So you don't go there. But you've never been to Brooklyn, you know? But you just, you know, but you, no, let's not feel safe. You have the collective intuition. But imagine going like to the People. Have you heard about the People app? Who's ever heard about the People app? People app's like, this is like the most fucked up thing as a second app. Most fucked up thing in the startup scene. It's actually people rating, it's Yelp for people, it's people rating platform. You cannot ban your other people from rating you. People are rating you. It's quantified gossip, as I call it, you know. And this actually is working. Imagine that having on intuition. So I meet you, I've seen you for the first time, but I already know from everybody that you're an asshole or you're a lovely person. But I don't have to make my own opinion because I have everybody's intuition on you. This is happening. So the problem is, as I say, it affects feelings. It's receptive. So you have a bad feeling about this. You don't even know why, because you trust the ratings. So, and that's another problem with the thing is the experience becomes a marketing platform, of course, because it's not an idealistic world. It's not Isaac Asimov's world. It's not PK. It's more like a PK Dick's world. If you're familiar with science fiction, there goes the marketing in there. So every experience you have, every like skiing, playing violin, driving, like having 500 time iterations on POV anal sex, it's like everything becomes a platform to enter to marketing. So imagine like feel for product placement. Like you learn how to feel. You learn how to feel how to drive, but you know the Volkswagen feels just a little bit more right. You know, you don't know why, you know, but it feels right. You know. So this is how you can do product placement in this kind of marketing system. Or you have like intuitive context marketing, like police operator, like I want this, you know, I want this, how to drive the B-12 helicopter, and it's like, hey, you want to drive the B-12 helicopter now? You know, yeah. Maybe you can drive like in the experienced pilot Smith training. So it can attack you, give you the offers of the intuition downloading in the time when you need it. Or you have astroturfing. Hands up who don't know what astroturfing is. Don't be shy.
You should ask the question the other way around.
I know, I want to see some hands.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, astroturfing was a technique where you create like a zombie army or like a fake crowd of people, of users who actually vote for something, and they look like a grassroots supporters, for example, of a political party, but they're actually just like fake personalities of somebody who is managing that zombie crowd. So imagine doing this in the intuition realm, you know. So you have like this is actually a real causa which happened like a couple of months ago, where you had a PR company where where they will manage your wiki presence. So you say like, okay, I'm Jennifer. Hell yeah, I want to kind of be more famous on Wikipedia. Can you make it happen, you know? Or I'm a big company, I'm ExxonMobil, and there's been some wrong things about like on the Wikipedia. Can you please somehow have so many editor inputs that the Wikipedia is actually taken down? Or like you maybe remember like Vladimir Putin, his troll army, like how to make command trolling scalable so much that we can actually like totally make the whole information about Ukraine and Russian war so opaque that nobody can see through. So he made this thing called Internet Research Agency, which is like a hired army of people who manage a lot of accounts, who troll systematically accounts in various media sites to make all the discussions about the Ukraine-Russian war totally useless to read. They just, and the context advertising is also very fun. So, but this is the Katarina. It's like the troll. You know, so this is really happening. You know, in the real world, in the real internet. So, and then of course you get trolling. You know, everybody probably knows what trolling is. So imagine this happening in your intuition world. Like, imagine you download this package. And then you just, you know, and your like parents come for dinner, or maybe your spouse's parents come for dinner, and then you just start making pizza, you know. You don't know, because the intuition is a black box. You don't know what's inside. That's the problem with the whole intuition. So, the last thing I want to say is what can happen is the choice paralysis. So, the problem is that you have so many versions of so many intuitions, like you have software, it becomes like version fragmentation, so you don't know which one to choose, and it's like for every piece of everybody there's like different kind of piece of intuition and every part of muscle. And then it also is the infinite curation problem, which is like, I want to learn something, but I can learn anything. So many things to learn. So I need to learn a program which helps me like curate, like how do I make myself around what to learn? What kind of instrument, if I can learn anything? But the problem is like, okay, so then I learn this program, so what to learn? But then I have to learn another, because there's so many programs which help me find a way what to learn. So I need another program just to get around the programs which help me to find other programs. And I go into this fractal rather system of like a fractal curation loop, where I just go more in the granularity, and then I don't decide to anything. So can you fly this thing? And this is where I wrap up. Can you fly now? Oh, please. I don't know what to choose. Like, do I want to? I don't know. How do I? What kind of helicopter? Like, is it the real intuitive helicopter software? Is it the fake spamming helicopter software? Is it like SEO, retargeted, remarketing thing that I think I'm downloading the proper software? Is it just a demo version of the helicopter where I can only turn right, but when I go back it's like, oh, I have to pay for the full version. It's like, oh no, please! So it's like the system, the politics and the economics and the marketing of my superior matrix system is going to make the system be in the same fucked up state as is our reality. So actually, I will not learn to drive. And that's it.